Design used to take weeks and cost thousands. Now AI can literally design your app in minutes. I tested out Google Stitch and Figma Make head to head. Here's which one actually wins. So if you're trying to build an app and you're not technical, you probably heard the term that you need a UX UI designer before development. This usually means hiring a designer for normally $5,000 just to get mock-ups of your app. Not anymore, because with Google Stitch, Google's new AI design tool, it generates complete app interfaces from text descriptions. You tell it what you're building and it creates the designs with AI instantly. Figma Make, on the other hand, is Figma's AI-powered design assistant built into their existing platform. So it helps you design faster by generating layouts, components, and entire screens based on the prompts. Both promise the same thing: AI-generated designs that look professional without hiring a UX UI designer. But here's the question that nobody's answering. Which one should you actually use and which one is right for you? And more importantly, either of them actually good enough to skip hiring a UX UI designer completely? I spent the last week testing out both, and let me show you what I found. Let's start with Google Stitch because it's the newer, flashier option. Here's how it works. You describe your app idea in plain English, and say, for example, you could say, I need a fitness app with a dashboard showing workout stats, a calendar for scheduling, and a profile screen. And Google Stitch will literally generate the complete designs within seconds. The interface is dead simple. It's basically like a chat window where you're talking to an AI designer. The AI asks clarifying questions, shows you the options, and iterates based on the feedback. What I actually like is that the speed is incredible. I actually went from having an idea to a complete app designs in under 10 minutes. Not sketches, actual polished looking screens with colors, layouts, typography, and everything. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing typography today, but who cares anyway. So it doesn't just design one screen either. It creates the entire app flow. So the login, the home screen, the settings, the profile, everything is connected logically. And you can export the designs directly to code or hand them off to developers, which I really like. But what frustrated me was the limited control. So if you want to make specific changes on the screen, like move a button 10 pixels, or make a particular part a different color shade, then you're going to be stuck asking the AI, hoping that it understands it. So there's going to be no manual override, unfortunately. Some of the designs can feel generic, while the layouts are professional, they did feel the same. So I generated some of these different app concepts, and they all had a similar vibe. So nothing ever felt like truly unique or branded. And there were some consistency issues. So sometimes the AI would generate one screen in one style, and then the next screen would have a different style, some different spacing, which wasn't terrible, but it was notable. So the verdict with Stitch is that it's incredibly fast for getting the initial concepts, but you're probably going to want to refine things further in a real design tool afterwards. Now let's talk about Figma Make, which takes a completely different approach. So Figma Make lives inside Figma, the tool which most professional designers already use. So instead of replacing your design process, it actually accelerates it. So you're still working in Figma, but you now have an AI assistant to help you out. So you can ask it to generate individual screens, create component variations, fill in placeholder content with realistic data, or even redesign sections that you're struggling with. So what I liked about it was its precision control. So this is the biggest difference from Stitch, because with Figma Make, the AI generates the design, but you control everything on the screens. If you don't like the button placement, you can move it manually. If you want a specific color, you can change it yourself. And you get the AI speed with human control. So the output is professional as well because it's built on Figma, and you get access to all of Figma's professional features, including components, variations, the auto layout, and the design systems as well. So the AI generates the designs that follow the proper design principles, which is another bonus as well. And there's also better consistency as well. So Figma Make actually creates the reusable components automatically. Change one button style and it updates automatically everywhere. And this is huge for maintaining consistently across your app as well, which is also another great advantage as well. And you also get real collaboration. So you can literally share your Figma files with developers, iterate it together, and they can inspect the designs to get exact measurements and the code. And this is how professional teams should work. So what frustrated me with Figma was that it does have a steeper learning curve. If you've never used Figma before, there is a learning period to get used to it. And it's not as instant as you're talking to Google Stitch. You do need to understand layers, frames, components, and basic design concepts as well. And there's also slower initial generation as well. So Stitch can generate 5 screens in 30 seconds. Figma Make is more thoughtful. You're generating one screen, refining it, and then moving on to the next one. So it's faster than manual design, but slower than Stitch. And it also does require access a paid subscription. So Figma has a free tier, but for full access to Make and advanced features, you're looking at around about $12 to $45 a month. Okay, so let me compare the two in terms of categories. So for speed to design, Google Stitch wins here because 10 minutes versus 30 minutes, Stitch is actually dramatically faster if you really want to design something quickly and put it together. Design quality here, Figma Make wins here because the designs look like a real designer versus the ones that just look very basic. The customization and controls, Figma Make wins here. The total control versus the limited control, Stitch forces you to work through it with AI. Figma lets you take over it manually anytime that you want. And the consistency across screens, Figma Make wins here. The design systems versus the individual screens, Figma's component systems ensures consistency. Stitch generates each screen more independent. And also the handoff to developers, Figma Make also wins here. The developers already know how to work with Figma files. Stitch exports are unfortunately less established. So the learning curve part here, Google Stitch wins here because you can use Stitch immediately. Figma Make requires learning and does have a learning curve there. And also when it comes to the pricing, Figma starts at around about $12 a month and Google Stitch pricing isn't completely clear yet. So for non-technical founders, Google Stitch wins here for quick concepts, but Figma Make actually wins for serious projects. So here's my recommendation, right? Start with Google Stitch to explore ideas quickly, generate 3 or 4 different designs and figure out what actual style and approach feels right for your brand. And then you can take your favorite concepts and designs and recreate it in Figma using Figma Make to assist you. So this gives you the power of Stitch for exploration plus the professional output of Figma for actual development. So the total time duration for this may be between 1 day for Stitch exploration and then 2 to 3 days in Figma to create the production level designs. So the total cost for this could be under $100 if you decide to do it yourself. Compare that to hiring a designer for $5,000 and maybe 2 to 4 weeks minimum to get it done. So here's my take. For around about 50% of apps that are non-technical founders who want to build, say for example, a booking system, a marketplace, an internal business tool, and simple social media apps, AI tools like Stitch and Figma Makes are actually good enough. For the other consumer apps competing on design, complex enterprise tools, anything that needs completely exceptional UX UI design, you're going to at least want to consult with a professional UX UI designer, even if AI does some of the heavy lifting. The key here is to understand which category your app falls into, and when in doubt, start with the AI tools, and you can always upgrade to a professional designer later on when you have users and revenue, providing that your app idea concept works. So which one wins? Google Stitch or Figma Make? Honestly, they both win at different things. Stitch wins for speed and simplicity, Figma Make wins for quality and professional output. But here's where it really matters. Both of these tools mean you can now design an app yourself for under $100 instead of paying $5,000 to a designer. That is the real win here, and that is the key win that I want to share with you in this video today. So use Stitch to explore fast, use Figma Make to build for real, and don't let perfect design stop you from launching. Now, if you guys need any help in regards to designing and developing your app idea and bringing it to life, I can help you out with that. I'm not a professional UX UI designer. I always say to my clients, get a UX UI designer to design your UX, the UX and UI designs of your app before you hand it over to me. So if you've got the UX UI designs for your app and you want them implemented and brought to life, this is where I come in. So if you need help doing that, bringing your app idea to life, I would invite you to click on the link below to book in a free call with me to discuss how I can personally help you bring your app idea to life in the shortest amount of time possible. The link is in the description below. Again, thank you for watching today's video. If this video has helped you out a lot, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.